For the abrasives challenges, non-flexing panel areas should be chosen. A coating thickness gauge will measure the paint thickness. Alternatively, a P180 sheet on a block can be used to remove paint from a small area, the revealed layers giving an indication of the paint thickness. 3 layers of paint being ideal for this demonstration. For the P80 challenge, lanes are now marked out, ready for sanding with the disc. A gear-driven machine provides the best option for fast and effective paint removal. Starting at a 45-degree angle and with the clock running, paint is fully removed from both edges of the lane to act as a guide during sanding. The paint in the center is then removed by flattening out the machine. This sequence should be continued for the full 3 minutes. If a gear-driven machine is unavailable, a coarse-action machine with a hard backup pad can be used. Whichever is chosen, the competitor's disc must be tested with the same machine following the same process. The results can then be compared like for like. A coarse-action machine fitted with a hard backup pad is used for the P180 2-minute challenge. With the machine at a slight angle, an outline should be sanded to bare metal, establishing a uniform shape, making it easier to measure and compare. When the rough outline has been created, the machine can be flattened off and the marked area sanded to bare metal. Moving the machine quickly aids the sanding process and gives a visual guide to the amount of paint being removed. Too much time spent sanding in one area will result in poor disc performance. With around 10 seconds remaining, the sanded area should be tidied up to form a neat rectangle. After the test, the exposed area can be measured and recorded, ready for comparison with a non-3M disc. The P320 challenge also lasts 2 minutes. Fitted to a hard backup pad, a uniform area should be sanded quickly, removing only the first paint layers through to electrocoat, the darker of the 2 OEM primers. This simulates feathering following a repair. Once again, the quick movement aids the sanding process. For best results, the paint should be removed 1 layer at a time. With around 10 seconds remaining, the sanded area should be tidied up to form a neat rectangle. The exposed e-coat can then be measured and compared with a competitor's disc. The P500 comparison is slightly different, as there's no predetermined duration. First, a suitable primed panel should be guide-coated to identify areas for sanding. This large bonnet is ideal, as its centre swage line creates a neat partition. 3M P500 gold and purple discs will be compared side by side. A fine action sander with a 3M soft backup pad is recommended for this demonstration. The pad copes with most panel contours, so there's no need for a soft interface pad. Sanding should always start at a point furthest from the edge. This means that any accidental damage can be spotted and removed. When sanding primers with a dual action sander, the backup pad should be kept as flat as possible, preventing unevenness and aiding dust extraction. A light, even pressure prevents disc loading and speeds up the sanding process. On completion, times can be recorded and comparisons made. Respirator protection, complying with the relevant standards, along with gloves, eye and hearing protection, should be worn.